The bakery that only opened at midnight until someone broke the rule. In the heart of Maitama, Abuja, tucked between high-end boutiques and quiet cafes, stood a small bakery with no name, just a simple wooden sign that read, "Opens at midnight." No one knew the owner's full name. The locals called her Miss Evelyn, a tall, graceful woman with a soft voice and a smile that never quite reached her eyes. Every night, at exactly 12 a.m., the bakery's doors would swing open, and the air would fill with the scent of freshly baked bread, cinnamon rolls, and pastries so perfect they looked unreal. By 3 a.m., the shelves were always empty. The customers, a strange mix of night shift workers, insomniacs, and celebrities avoiding the spotlight, came and went in silence. No one ever lingered. The rules were simple. Never come before midnight. Never ask for anything not on display. And never, ever look into the back kitchen. People whispered about Miss Evelyn, some said she was a retired chef from Paris, others swore she wasn't human at all. But no one dared to question her or the rules. Until Kenny did. Kenny was a food blogger, young, bold, and hungry for clout. He didn't believe in superstitions or mysterious midnight bakeries. To him, it was all a marketing gimmick, a clever way to build hype. One night, at 11:45 p.m., Kenny went live on Instagram. "Guys, we're going in early tonight, let's see what Midnight Bakery is hiding." He pushed the door open. It wasn't locked. The bakery was dark, but not empty. Baking trays floated in the air, rolling pins twisted and turned by themselves, and dough seemed to knead itself on the countertop. The oven door creaked open with no one there to pull it. And in the middle of it all, stood Miss Evelyn. Her back was to Kenny, but her shadow on the wall didn't match her movements. When she stirred the batter, the shadow poured something. When she wiped the counter, the shadow dragged a knife. Kenny's phone slipped from his hand, but the live stream kept running. Comments flooded in. "Is this a prank? What am I looking at? Bro, run." Miss Evelyn finally turned around, but her face didn't. Her body faced Kenny, but her face remained fixed to the side, as though it hadn't realized it was supposed to move with the rest of her. In a voice too soft for the silence, she said, "You shouldn't be here, yet." The clock struck midnight. Suddenly, everything went back to normal. The rolling pins fell. The trays clattered. The dough lay still. Miss Evelyn's face aligned with her body again, smiling warmly like nothing had happened. Kenny never posted the video. The next night, the bakery opened at midnight as always. But now, there was a new rule added to the sign. No phones allowed. The morning after Kenny's visit, a man arrived at the bakery at 11:30 p.m. Not a customer, a detective. Detective James Caldwell. Kenny's sudden disappearance had drawn his attention, and the bakery was the last place Kenny had been seen. James didn't believe in curses, only secrets. Miss Evelyn greeted him with a soft smile when the clock struck 12. The air smelled of warm bread and cinnamon, but James noticed something odd: there were no staff. No bakers, no assistants. Yet the shelves were already filled with perfect pastries. James's eyes flicked to the back kitchen, the place no one was allowed to see. The door was slightly open. From inside, he heard a faint, steady sound. Thump, thump, thump. Like dough being kneaded, or something trying to get out. Ignoring Miss Evelyn's gentle warning, he pushed the door open and froze. There were people in the kitchen. But they weren't alive. Shadowy figures, barely human in shape, moved silently, twisting dough, arranging pastries, opening ovens. Their movements were stiff, mechanical, and their faces were blank. No eyes. No mouths. Just smooth, featureless skin. And there, among the shadowy figures, was Kenny. His body blurred at the edges, his face half faded like he was slowly becoming part of the shadows. James staggered back. "What is this?" Miss Evelyn's voice was soft behind him. "They broke the rules," she said simply. "Now they belong to the bakery." James turned to face her. "Who are you?" Miss Evelyn's smile faltered. "I was once like them," she said. "Bound to the bakery. Until I learned the truth." She explained that the bakery wasn't hers, it belonged to an ancient curse. Decades ago, a desperate baker had made a dark deal. For endless success, the bakery would never close, but it needed souls to run. Every broken rule, every early visit, every glance into the back fed the bakery another person. Miss Evelyn, once a curious girl like Kenny, had broken the rules years ago. But unlike the others, she learned how to control the curse, taking the old baker's place and keeping the secret hidden. "That's why we open at midnight," she said. "When the line between this world and theirs is thinnest." James's hand hovered over his gun. "And Kenny?" Miss Evelyn's gaze softened. "He's part of the bakery now." James's jaw tightened. "I'm shutting this place down." Miss Evelyn didn't move. "You can try." The next day, James returned with a team, but the bakery was gone. The building was now an empty lot, overgrown with weeds, as though the bakery had never existed. No sign. No pastries. And no Miss Evelyn. But at exactly midnight, James received a text from an unknown number. "We open at midnight." Attached was a photo of a new bakery. In a different part of Abuja. The same wooden sign hung at the door. "Opens at midnight. End."